For centuries, people left old worlds for a new life in Wisconsin. They faced unfamiliar landscapes and languages, learned to establish farms and communities, and blended the old with the new. Welcome to the world they created.
Hello and welcome to Discover Wisconsin.
Opening its doors for the first time in 1976, Old World Wisconsin brought together more than 60 historic structures to recreate for their visitors the sights, sounds, and spirit of the immigrants who came here. Welcome to Old World Wisconsin.
Tucked within the depths of the Kettle Moraine State Forest in the town of Eagle lies Old World Wisconsin. In a setting largely unchanged from the rolling prairies where the first pioneers settled, this living museum brings together a mix of history and hands-on experiences. Visitors are invited to learn about the history of the state, but are encouraged to make memories of their own.
The goal of Old World Wisconsin has really evolved over time. Again, it started out really as a collection of historic buildings, but over the years, it's grown to be much more immersive, much more interactive, and also much more family-friendly. We really pride ourselves on our ability to be good storytellers. And we're telling some of those stories here, but we want to inspire in our guests an interest in their own stories and to make connections between their own family's journey to Wisconsin with the stories that we're telling here at Old World Wisconsin.
Kids need to know that learning takes place no matter if it was a long time ago or today. The schoolhouse was moved here from way up in Bayfield near Raspberry Bay in upper Wisconsin near Lake Superior. It is a school that was built by 3 or 4 families that immigrated from Norway. The original building has the original desks in it, the original blackboard, and it's laid out just like it was in 1900 because we have documented letters from one of the students that went to school here. We have chalkboards that they used a long time ago, the McGuffey readers that you can look at and see how you're going to learn this crazy language called English because all of the kids are speaking Norwegian and the teacher's speaking English. So right away it's a bilingual classroom that's doing a lot of learning.
Each part of Old World Wisconsin was moved here piece by piece. Literally every board, brick, and log was numbered in order to be rebuilt exactly how it was originally. But when it came to craftsmanship back in the 1800s, nobody did it better than the local town blacksmith.
So this blacksmith shop was built in 1886 in Wabaca, Wisconsin, so Ozaukee County.
They moved it here.
Moved it here,
Okay.
yep.
And what are some of the ways this building was used? What did they do here?
So most of the things that they were probably doing in the 1880s would have been shoeing horses, repairing wagons, repairing farm equipment. Much more of a repair service at this point.
I want to make something.
Okay.
I want to get my hands dirty. This looks like fun.
Yeah,
Let's
all
do
right.
it. What can I make?
We're gonna work on a hook right now.
Okay.
First step, we gotta heat our piece of steel up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have you turn this crank blower.
Turn the crank. Ooh, okay.
Yep.
Takes a little bit.
It does.
How much do I do this?
So we're gonna have to heat that up to over 1,000 degrees right now. So I'm gonna hold it and then I'm gonna put it on the edge. I'm gonna hammer there and turn it, 2 hits. And what I'm doing is drawing it out into a point so that we can kind of put a nice end on our hook.
Okay. You have to be relatively efficient because obviously it's only getting cooler as time goes on.
So
okay.
getting that fire hotter.
Yep.
All right.
Here we go. I have good aim this time. Whoops. Okay, the fun part.
Right.
The water
I'm gonna
part.
let you, if
Yes.
you hold on, go ahead and put it in the water.
That is the best part.
Plan your adventures in every corner of our state by streaming Discover Wisconsin anytime, anywhere. Coming up,
Yeah, I could see where people would want to trade in their hybrid for a 1880s tricycle.
we'll be right back.
Hey!
We're back and on the track with Discover Wisconsin. At Old World, Wisconsin, visitors can take in the day by tram or foot, but many prefer to hop on this method of transportation, which offers a little more history.
So let's talk about these peculiar looking tricycles. I love them. When were these used? What era are they from?
These are from about the 1880s.
Okay.
They came after the high wheels.
Okay.
And they were made so the ladies could bike ride as well. They couldn't use the high wheels because of their dresses, so this way the ladies could ride and still keep proper in their clothing.
Right. So before I hop on one of these bad boys, you got any tips for me, Jessica?
Yes, get in from the front
Ooh.
and keep your arms strong and straight, especially when you turn. It's very different than our bicycle.
And straight.
All
All
right.
right, I'm ready. I'm gonna give it a
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Let's do it. Okay. All right, Jess. We are racing. How you doing back there? Jessica's doing a nice leisurely 1880s stroll, and I'm out for blood. The thigh burner.
Head across the way and enjoy a historic baseball game played by the Diamonds. Based on the Waukesha Diamonds baseball team of the 1870s, the old-time traditional rules are the name of the game here.
What we'll do traditionally to start the game is we'll explain some of the minor rule changes that are different from the 1870s rules to modern rules today, such as there's no overrunning first base, there's no called strikes, ball is softer. When you hit it, it's a lot easier to catch, and that made it easier to not have gloves. These were our gloves, these were our mitts. It's great for all ages, anybody can play. You get to have fun. It's great to see how the game evolved over the years as well. With the rule changes and the styles and the uniforms and everything. It's really interesting.
It's not all fun and games around here. Get hands-on with history as you experience a chance to roll up your sleeves and help with daily chores, farm work, and kitchen duties.
This is the 1880s Pomeranian farmhouse. We have a lot to see here. We got some chores out back. We have some mallet and froing to do. You can sweep, maybe do laundry.
The big fun over here, the number one thing that people like to do is put the wooden shoes on and go into the chicken coop and get an egg. We do school tours for kids, and we do get a lot of farm kids, but we get a lot of city kids too.
You're making lots of noise.
So the most fun thing for the guests to do is the getting the egg. As you can see right over there, they're doing it as we speak.
Head to discoverwisconsin.com for all you need to start planning your trip to Old World, Wisconsin. Up next,
What do you know about beer?
I know it tastes really good, and I know that it's fermented, right?
Yep, exactly.
stay with us.
Welcome back to Old World, Wisconsin, right here on Discover Wisconsin. What better way to understand how our ancestors lived than to get up close and personal with some of the spaces and activities they encountered in the 18 and 1900s.
So here at Old World, we use heritage horses, cattle, pigs, sheep, and chickens. What's nice is working with heritage animals these are the animals that they would have had back in the 1800s. This is our team of oxen at Old World.
They are actually a brown Swiss red Holstein cross. They are now 9 years old. Pete is the darker one directly behind me. Charlie is on the background. But just a very well-trained team. They're only working from their yoke. We have no reins. Everything is done by voice command.
While men were busy in the fields, women were hard at work in the front of the house.
Well, the garden here at the 1816 Pomeranian house, it was designed with being more of a kitchen garden, and it was located in front of the home. The woman of the house usually is the one who took care of the garden areas, and she spent most of her time out in the garden. They did a mixture of different types of plants, ornamental plants, flowers and such for decorating, as well as for medicinal purposes, the herbs, for cooking also too. And they had some edibles like strawberries. Of course, being from Pomerania and what we now know as Germany, the root crops, so they would, of course, bring potatoes, carrots, rutabagas, turnips, and such. Here at Old World, Wisconsin, we show that in many different ways. And for children to see that and connect with that, then they make that connection with nature and see how important nature is. I think it just instills in them more of a sense of pride in what they can do for their environment.
Most of the produce and goods grown in these gardens are stored and used in special programming, such as the Old World Christmas event. This little piece of garden gold, however, gets plucked and used right away.
Sam, these are some hops that you have here. Where do you guys get these from?
So these are hops that we actually grow on site just around the corner from here. The hops were just picked a few weeks ago, so they're still nice and fresh.
And it's pretty convenient that you guys have everything you need right
Oh
there.
yeah. Yeah, out here in Wisconsin, hops basically grow like weeds. What do you know about beer?
I know it tastes really good, and I know that it's fermented, right?
Yep, exactly.
That's all I know.
So there are 4 basic ingredients that go into beer. Water and yeast are the things you don't see here.
Okay.
And the other 2 ingredients are what we have here, barley and hops. So when barley starts out, it's like this, just a grain here.
Okay.
But that's not very usable. So what we have to do is what we call malting it. It's basically sprouting the grains to make the sugars in there more accessible.
The steps were really interesting to see how they had to go through a lot of work just to get this one product from going from one barrel to the next and a cooling bin and whatnot, and adding the different hops to change the flavor. But there was a lot of work, but in the end, it was a great product that they came out with. That was a great educational process, and I got to try beer in the end, so bonus.
Check out behind-the-scenes photos from our cruise time at Old World, Wisconsin on Instagram. And be sure to tag snapshots from your own travels with the hashtag #DiscoverWisconsin. When we return, things get festive. We'll be right back. We're back at Old World, Wisconsin. Old World, Wisconsin is known for showing the true beauty of the past with acres of history. But the surrounding landscape has plenty to offer on its own.
Old World, Wisconsin is settled on 600 acres of land, which includes the Kettle Moraine Trail. I got to take this beautiful hike through the trail, which was absolutely serene and tranquil. A lot of great scenery, just a really beautiful place to walk through. What's really neat about Old World, Wisconsin is having access to the trail. You get 2 stark different activities to participate in. So you can just go on the trail and take a really nice serene walk and take in nature, and then you can come off the trail and participate in all the activities that they have to offer.
And in the winter, these familiar trails change quite a bit.
One of the great things about our Christmas celebration is that we're carrying on the traditions and the memories that families have had for the past Christmases, and we're allowing families to make new memories and carry these traditions forward into the future. There's lots of different stuff. You can braid bread while you're here, making traditional vanaka. You can sing Christmas carols. You can experience Boxing Day. You can take a wagon ride. You can visit the Yule Goat while you're here. You can visit our Victorian workshop as well and make a swag while you're here to hang in your home, bring a little holiday cheer with you. It's a great kickoff to the Christmas season for many families, and I love getting to be a part of that and make memories with those families.
The kids and I got to participate in all of the old world Wisconsin traditions, 19th century traditional bread making to Christmas decorations, a carriage ride, even Krampus, which is European folklore. Rather than getting coal for Christmas when you're naughty, the Krampus would come get you, and it was really neat to hear it.
My tradition as the Krampus originates in Eastern Europe, Germany, Scandinavia, and that area. You see, there was many Christmas spirits of punishment in that time, and I was one of the worst. I would travel around on December 5th with St. Nicholas, and while he brings presents to good boys and good girls, I would come for the very naughty children as a reminder why they should behave.
I really enjoyed making the Victorian swag, which is basically some wall decor. So my kids and I got to make 3 of them, so we'll have some decorating to do. Nice, look at all those different types of dry plants. That's really pretty, but look, you get to add more. You like that one?
Perfect.
I like the red. So yeah, if you go like this, then it'll be right in front. There we go. Oh, Bobby, yours looks so nice. Good choices. Yeah, it looks great. Thank you. My kids even got to visit with Victorian Santa Claus, so they got to learn about the different toys that were made during that era, and they got to share their Christmas list with a historical Santa Claus.
So what time era are you from?
This would be the Santa Claus and the workshop for Santa that your great-great-great-grandparents would have had when they were children.
What is it like when you're on a sled?
Well, it's pretty fast, but it's cold too. And my suit over there behind you is made out of sheepskin, so this keeps me warm. But that's what I wear when I fly with the reindeer and the sleigh.
What am I getting for Christmas?
What do you want for Christmas?
I would like a baby doll with soft skin.
Baby doll with soft skin. Well, okay, have you been good? Tell me the truth, she been good? A little. Okay. You know, Christmas takes a lot of work and a lot of effort on everybody's part, so you guys help out around home, and I know there'll be something good for you on Christmas morning.
I think my kids got to participate in some really fun activities today. Very educational and fun at the same time, and I think they really loved the carriage ride. The horses were pretty exciting to them. So there was a lot of fun to be had today. You've got the natural beauty paired with the historical charm. What a fun place to come with your family and experience Wisconsin's history then and now. Cheers, guys. It's nice and warm.
From the shores of Lake Superior to the rolling hills of the Driftless area, the adventures are endless here in Wisconsin.
There are so many beautiful places to see and interesting people to meet.
So hit the road and start making your own Wisconsin memories.
Stream Discover Wisconsin anywhere, anytime. Continue the adventure on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Roku, Smart TV, Chromecast, and discoverwisconsin.com.
All right, what are all the ways I can...
Whoop. That's okay.
There we go.
Dang it!